It was a cloudy afternoon, the air heavy with an eerie silence. In a small village, a somber group of people dressed in black gathered around an old wooden coffin, preparing to lower it into its final resting place. The priest's voice was steady as he read the last rites, and a few sobs echoed softly in the distance. At the edge of the cemetery, a large, scruffy German shepherd appeared. Its amber eyes were sharp, its fur unkempt, as though it had wandered through rain and mud to get there. No one noticed the dog at first, but something about its presence felt unsettling, like it knew something no one else did. As the ceremony progressed, the German shepherd suddenly barked, a loud, sharp bark that cut through the heavy silence like a knife. Heads turned, and whispers broke out among the mourners. The dog barked again, this time more aggressively, stepping closer to the coffin. It was as if it was trying to warn them, trying to say something no one understood. "Whose dog is this?" someone whispered angrily, but no one claimed the animal. The priest paused mid-sentence, his voice uncertain as he glanced at the barking dog. Ignoring everyone's confusion, the dog sprang forward and stood firmly in front of the coffin, barking furiously. A few men tried to shoo it away, but the dog wouldn't budge. It growled low and protective, its body tense as though guarding something unseen. The priest stepped back, his face pale, while others muttered nervously. The barking grew louder, echoing across the cemetery until an older man in the crowd spoke up. "Maybe it's trying to tell us something," he said softly, his voice shaking. The crowd fell silent, their eyes shifting between the coffin and the agitated dog. At the old man's urging, the gravediggers hesitated but eventually opened the coffin, lifting its heavy lid with creaking reluctance. As the lid came off, a collective gasp echoed through the cemetery. Inside the coffin, the deceased man's fingers were scratched and bloodied, as though he had been trying to claw his way out. The crowd recoiled in horror. The man wasn't dead, he had been buried alive. The dog, still barking wildly, had saved him. The man coughed weakly, his eyes fluttering open as fresh air filled his lungs. Later, as the crowd dispersed and the man was taken to the hospital, the dog sat calmly near the now empty grave, its amber eyes watching the world with quiet understanding. Word of the German shepherd's incredible act spread quickly, and soon the entire village celebrated it as a hero. "This dog saved a life," the old man declared proudly, patting the animal's head. The once scruffy, wandering dog was adopted by the very man it had saved. That night, the village buzzed with talk of the mysterious dog. Some called it a miracle, while others believed it was fate. The dog, now named Guardian, curled up by the man's bed, its job done.